Record it. Okay. So this is your call. Tell me what is going on, what you're struggling with or what you need help with.
What is going on?
Okay, Miranda.
Okay. I think my big things right now are finding and working with coaches who actually want to work the business. So as you know, I'm one of Melissa's coaches, so I've been chatting with her, and really what I'm trying to work on is getting comfortable with running like some form of like sneak peek or info session once a week. But when I post about coaching, when I share about coaching in my stories and I put the poll, it's crickets. So, which I know a lot of people say, so I understand that's probably like somewhat common, but I'm just trying to figure out how to find those people to put in there, because I plan this session, that I want to do, and then I feel like I have no one to even put into it. So I think that's my big struggle right now.
You're right. It's totally normal when it's a call to action. People don't respond to call to actions very often at all. How often outside of like your call to action coaching posts do you talk about coaching? Like just like here and there throughout your day, whatever it is.
Yeah, probably here and there kind of. I just don't know if like I'm not doing enough of it to get my point across. I'll do more of like, let's say my kids have off of school that day and just talking about how grateful I have the flexibility to be home with them, or, we didn't have to rush out the door this morning. Like I just kind of sneak in like little tidbits here and there, but I don't really like sit down and go into in depth of like, I used to do this and now because of coaching, you know what I mean? I don't go like that far.
Yeah. So in your stories, you can totally talk about, I would say totally keep talking about how you're talking, because you don't want to, for me, if it's like over 5, like people talking, I zone out. I don't want to keep forever. So you don't want to talk forever. So I would take that and go in just in more depth in a post and like take people through your journey, help them imagine like how life was before and how it is now, and invite them that way. And then anybody that even likes your post, just send them an invite.
Invite like to the sneak peek. Then
I really would. I would just, because I'm doing a coaching post tonight, and I've been anybody that likes it that's not a coach, obviously, I just ask them if they want to check it out. No strings attached. Because one, they might have never even read what you said and just like to hear.
Yeah.
You don't know. And so just let them know, like, hey, no pressure. I just love your support, and I think you would be awesome. Do you want to just come check it out? Yeah, no strings attached. You can just be a fly on the wall, whatever you want to say. But you don't know. Like there could be somebody that is literally just way afraid to reach out to you, but they're just liking your stuff.
Right.
So that's what I would do. Just send them an
Yeah, I think that's what I just need to like. I feel like I'm fairly comfortable with the whole Challenger invite, and it took me a while to get there, but I think I just need to take that same concept and apply it to the coaching thing and just be like, boom, 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 there, you know what I mean? Just send them out and
who cares?
Yeah.
And if they say no, like they would, like 9 out of 10 are going to ignore you or say no. But guarantee they're going to start watching you more. Either they'll like unfollow you completely, which is fine. They're not your people anyway.
Yep.
Or they're going to at least watch you more. And the more you talk about it and do little bits of your story, then they're going to see a little bit more what you have to offer and what coaching is. It's not just some silly MLM, you know what I mean? So that's what I would do. Try that for a couple months and just see. And if you're doing a peak, just invite everybody.
Okay.
So, you have nothing to lose,
Right. So then quick question on that. So let's say you invite somebody to the coaching opportunity. You don't hear from them in the next month, like you want to re-invite them, but like, do you just continue to re-invite them to coaching, or like, would it be weird the next month I came back and say, hey, I've got a challenge group going on. Would you want to do that? Would I seem too like scatterbrained if I'm kind of like all over the place,
No, I think that'd be fine. You could even just say, hey, I know that you joined the coaching sneak peek and maybe that wasn't for you, but I have this challenge group coming up and you can just focus on your own journey Does that sound more like something you're interested in? So then you could be like, I noticed you were in the coaching group and maybe it's not what you want. You know, take a scale back, and would you just want to be a challenger and just work on your own journey?
Okay.
I don't think that's weird.
Okay. How about like reverse? I've invited someone to a chat. You know what I mean? Because I do feel like a lot of the same people who like my posts. So a lot of them I've already invited to a challenge group. Like, is it weird then to invite them to coaching if they haven't even responded?
If they're still watching and liking your stuff, I just feel like if they're still watching, there's some reason that they're watching, and you could just say like, hey, maybe just doing the like workouts as a customer and focus on your journey wasn't fully what you need. Do you want to come check out what coaching is and see how I maybe earn a little extra income for my family and be able to stay home with my kids? Maybe that like will resonate with you more.
Okay.
I don't know. That's what I would do.
Okay. No, that's good. I feel like sometimes I wonder like, okay, I invited you to this and you like completely ignored me. Like, am I going to seem like a crazy woman being like, hey, why don't you come coach?
No, I don't think so. Only because I've had people that have ignored me forever all of a sudden sign up to coach. They just weren't ready.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. No, thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Okay. Samantha or Jerry, do you guys have any questions or comments? Okay. No?
Not really.
You good?
I'm just working on growing my following, which sucks. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not like, cause it's a slow process to get more people to follow you. It is. But just be as much interactive on other people's stuff as you possibly can. And then they're actually going to be interested in what you have to offer and what you're about.
Yeah.
You mean on Instagram, I assume?
Yeah.
Who's your coach? Is it Ashley?
No, Jen Chovers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so what are you struggling with that? Like exactly? Just how fast it is or?
Just like getting people to follow me back.
Yeah.
And I feel like the people that do follow me, like you guys kind of said before, is they're just liking the pictures and they're not like listening or reading anything, which is, I don't think there's really anything I can do about that, but it's like, it's so frustrating because people will, even like close, like family members will say things to me and I'm like, you obviously have never read like a single thing that I've ever wrote because you have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. Why don't you say that to them?
Oh, I do. I've said that.
Like in a nice way, but I would just be like, have you actually read my post? Because that's not what I was talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. And then maybe they'll be like, oh, I'm a brat, so maybe I shouldn't make comments about, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I would do. But yeah, it's a slow process and that's okay. But just always try to feel like you have, if they come to your page, you have something that you're offering them.
Yeah.
Whether that's recipes, motivation, like quotes or whatever, or however it might be, something that you're offering them for them to even have a reason to come to your page.
Actually, so that is a problem of mine. Like, I think some days I just like feel like there's nothing that I have to say. And so I don't do a post every day. Like I've been getting better, but you don't do a post every day?
Honestly, like I've gotten to the point, I try to do an every other day at least. If I just don't feel like I have something beneficial to say that day, I'll always show up in my stories regardless.
Same here.
I'm not going to write out a post if it just feels like it's nothing. Or I'll just completely do like a funny post, or I'll do something not related to motivation at all.
Okay. Yeah, because I definitely don't want to come across as like I'm just trying to put like fluff out there or like being like disingenuous or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't force it, in my opinion.
Okay. I am really good at storying, so. Yeah,
as long as you're showing up in your stories, that is the most important part.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Thanks.
So, good. Awesome. Samantha, do you have any questions or anything?
I don't think so.
No? Who's your coach?
I don't really have one.
What? Who's your upline?
I've had 2 coaches quit above me, so I'm somewhere under Jalen, but
Oh. So Jalen's your coach. That's fine.
yeah, but not really. So anyways, I'm just kind of by myself.
Well, don't be by yourself. Like, just because your official upline isn't there, reach out to anybody. Like, I have people in my downline that aren't my sponsored coaches that are involved in all my things. So don't be afraid to like do all the things.
Yeah, so Sharon has kind of taken me under her wing because we had the same coach. So, but we're like cousin coaches, if that makes sense. So, but yeah. So, anyways.
Well, yeah, don't be afraid to reach out to any of them on your team to be involved.
Yeah.
There's no point to try to do it by yourself.
Yeah. It kind of sucks.
No,
Me and Sam kind of worked together because we both kind of got abandoned. So
yeah. No, I mean, that's good. You guys have each other for sure. But I just wouldn't be afraid to like reach out to your upline if you need help with anything, because that's what they're there for. It's not because that's why in your back office it'll say who your star diamond upline is, so that you can reach out to them if you need help.
Yeah, so my star diamond coach is still, it's Emily Wild, but she doesn't really do anything. But she's still a star diamond. So
Yeah, well,
she is? Oh my gosh, without even doing anything? That's nice.
I know. I'm like, wow, I want that gig, but
well, reach out to Jalen.
yeah, I have. So
okay. Well, I just don't want people to ever feel like they don't have support when they do. So, hey, Tiff, do you have anything listening? I don't know what's going on.
I'm about to turn and I get really bad service when I turn in the street.
Oh.
Let me see if I can hurry think of a question, because there was something that I was thinking about. Now I can't remember it. Hold on. It'll come to me. Once I make this turn, then I'll have service again. So just a second.
Okay, you're good. You're good. Does anybody else have anything while she's turning? Cool.
How long have you been coaching for, Cozy?
For ages. For 6.5 years. Can you hear me?
Oh, it's frozen.
I know. Dang it. Can you hear me at least? So I've been coaching. Am I good now?
Yeah.
Okay. 6.5 years. So I literally signed up a week after Micah.
Oh.
So, yeah.
But you kind of like laid low for a while, right?
Yeah. Like the first 2 years, I didn't do much and I sucked at it.
So what pushed you forward? Because that's kind of where I feel I am, you know?
I needed something to work because I was starting school and I didn't want to take out $1 million in loans. So I needed some income. So that definitely was a driving force.
Oh,
and then I just figured out, like, it all came from like self-belief. Like, I figured out that I wasn't as sucky as I thought I was, and did a whole lot of personal development, and that's totally what changed everything. So just doing a whole lot of personal development. And I know that people always say that, but it's so true. And finding personal development that like speaks to you as a person.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, I had no self-esteem before, and just doing stuff when I didn't want to, and then just doing it. And then the whole, like, I listened to personal development of some sort all the time. So whether I was like actually like getting all the information at once, but it was literally, that's all I did all the time.
Okay.
Believing I could actually do it totally makes a difference. When you act like
Yeah.
confidence in your messages, everything is when you actually, people want to trust you when you come across that you know what you're doing and you're confident about it.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, cool.
So Tiffany asked, tips on building recruiters. Talk about, can you hear me? Talk about coaching and talk about that it actually takes work.
Sorry. I was just wondering if you have like tips on like recruiting builders, because I feel like I kind of struggle in that department, but I think it's like you were just saying, kind of a lack of confidence type thing.
Yeah.
Weird and like salesy or whatever. Like I get in my head with the builder side of it, and I think it's because I don't talk about like income, which I know like Melissa Brewer, Micah, like they don't really talk about the income all that much.
No, they don't. And I feel
So
like
I know I don't have to.
Yeah, I feel like you don't have to talk about, like, you don't have to show your income all the time to get people to realize that you do make money doing this. But at the same time, like when I shifted talking about like, oh, this is just so fun and this is what I do for fun all the time and it's just so easy. You guys, it is easy, but it takes work at the same time. It's mentally hard for people to do this. And so when I talked about, yeah, it takes hard work and I had to make sacrifices in other areas of my life to be where I'm at, that's when I started to get people that actually wanted to work and not just not do anything. So I'm pretty open about, like, if I'm even messaging somebody, I'll be like, it's not an overnight thing. You have to put in a lot of hard work, but I promise if you put in a lot of hard work, it will benefit your life. So I am not shy about talking about that it takes hard work and consistent hard work and time.
Yeah, well, that makes complete sense. Do you approach like current challengers, or do you kind of just bring it up when you sign up a person, or how do you go about it? Like, I know like Mike kind of teaches to do the discount code, like teach people about the discount side of it. And I know Ashley kind of does like gets the discounter, and then like as they become a challenger, then she starts to talk to them about it instead of like right out of the gate.
Both. I just kind of go with like how they're telling me that what they need. If it's like somebody that just wants to lose some weight, and I'll say like, yeah, if you want to do this for more than a month, you should sign up with the discount so that you save money on month 2. So let them know that. But if they're like the type of person that's getting results and showing up in the challenge group every single day, I totally talk to them about coaching because they're already doing the hardest part, showing up, you know. And if they ever post on their social media, I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, you should totally coach. So that's kind of where I go with that. And then I just, like what I was telling Miranda, if I do a coaching post and I get interaction on it, that's when I just invite to coaching. Because I'm like, hey, you liked it, your free game. Sounds terrible, but it's true.
No, that's what I've been doing. So I think that it's just more my confidence of lacking of talking about that it's hard or things like that.
I think
Sorry, I missed the first 10 minutes, so I don't know if that was a question that was asked at the beginning.
No, you're good. No, you're good. I think more than anything is not being shy about talking about that it does take hard work and sacrifice. Because then you're going to get people that actually show up when they miss a goal or show up when people tell them no. I always talk about how, I've heard no more times with coaching than I ever have in my life, and that's okay because I've attracted people that do want to work and that have become my best friends, and so it's worth it. So I try to be super open about that.
Cozy, for like when you invite for coaching, do you kind of run it off of like you lay out your calendar for your month and you've got your challenge group you're trying to fill, then like a sneak peek? Do you kind of run your invites based off of that in terms of timing, or do you like kind of like once a week, like say you're going to run a sneak peek and invite like to coaching like every single week? Or I guess I just like where I probably struggle is I invite way more to a challenge group than I do to the coaching opportunity. Yeah. And I'm just kind of wondering in terms of balance, like would you say what % of invites do you send are to a challenge group versus like coaching?
Yeah. I would say, so I try to do like 15 invites a day, and 5, I always try to make coaching.
Okay.
So if obviously I up that if it's like a time where I'm doing a sneak peek, but just normal every day, I do kind of the soft invites being like, hey, I love your post and I love your vibe. You're totally the type of girl I would love to have on my team. Have you ever thought about coaching? So like, that's the type of coaching invite I do every day. So like a soft invite. And then if
Yeah.
they want to do, and then if I post, if I'm doing a sneak peek that week, then I'll send more like invites specifically to the sneak peek.
Okay. For those soft invites that you're doing, are those like, are they to people who are liking and following you, or are they to like people you're going out and like you find this girl's page and it's just like you could just feel like she'd make a rock star coach, like you're sending it to that kind of person, or is it like a variety of both? Or
So a variety of both. I used to do a lot of the where you just look at their page and you're like, hey, they're awesome. I think they would totally be awesome at coaching. And I would kind of just like ask like, oh my gosh, you're so cute. Your posts are awesome. Like, are you coach too? Something like that to just get the conversation started. But I haven't done that as much lately. So a lot of it comes from people I'm already following.
okay.
But yeah, I just feel like there's no right or wrong way. You just got to do what works for you. But that's kind of what I've been doing, and it's been helping.
Okay.
So I feel like the soft invites every day are good because it really starts the conversation. Instead of being like, you should be a coach, being like, oh, like if you've ever thought about doing what I do, you'd be awesome at it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Samantha?
Okay, I thought of a question. Okay, so I like never talk about coaching, and I know I should, but I feel like there's this disconnect because I always get the money objection, which I know it's not money, but that's what they tell me. But then I feel like I can't confidently say, like, have you ever thought about coaching? Because I buy all the things, but I've been a coach for 3 years and I haven't made any money.
Okay. No,
Like, it's all my husband. He does well. His money buys all the things. So I don't know, like, how to. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, there's
That's
like
the exact boat that I'm in too.
yeah. So clearly you guys have both been around for a long time and you haven't
Yeah.
quit yet, regardless of the fact that you've made no money. So instead of talking about like do coaching for money, talk about it to be a part of this awesome community. Like change how you're talking about it. You don't have to make $1 million to be a coach that's not going to quit and be solid. Do you know what I mean? Like you can't you can't pretend like you're making all
I want to play ball.
not, but clearly there's a reason you haven't quit. 'Cause it's
Yeah,
like-
no, I love it clearly because I'm still around, even with no coach.
Yeah.
But I just, yeah, I don't know. I just struggle with that.
So, I mean, you just got to give people tough love too. And I've like tried to be better at that. And so instead of people being like say somebody, I don't have money, but then you can see them going and getting their nails done every week, or they're going to lunch every other day. And I'm like, hey, you clearly have money. So I call them out on it. And I'm like, so I always try to do a voice message because it comes across like better. So I always relate to them and just be like, hey, I was totally in the same boat. Like, I had a hard time putting forth the money into something that I wasn't sure if I would like it or benefit my life. It wasn't an instant gratification. But I also think that the reason people, or just be like, it's not the fact that you don't have money, it's just your priorities are different. But, you know what I mean? And then just breathe that belief into them that they can put forth the money and that it can't, like you believe that them spending money on this would benefit their life in a positive way. So I always relate to them, give them a little tough love, and then give them some like breathe that belief that they can do it and wouldn't be honest. Like, I don't know, it doesn't serve anybody when we're like, oh yeah, it's because they're never gonna get out of their uncomfortable and stop 50 excuses. And it doesn't get you anybody to help. So if they get mad about it, it's because they know you're right. You can say it in a totally loving way, but I'm just like, don't be so afraid to beat around the bush to people's excuses. Or use those excuses and talk about them in your stories or talk about it on a post so you're not talking directly to them.
Okay.
So yeah, you can do it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, guys. Well, I will stop this. I don't know who the other person is, but I'll send the recording to Miranda or something. So, okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day, guys.